Well, howdy ho, Stampers. This is Deb Felder. Welcome back to my studio. Today I'm going to show you how to do burnished spotlighting. I love this technique. I love to burnish. You all know that. It's a very easy card. Used a little bit of cutting and just a great card to do. Very fast and very easy also. So I will give you all of the measurements in my class. This is my August Stamp of the Month class. This is one of the cards that we're going to do. But I wanted to show you how to do it on a video. So we're going to take a small piece of cardstock. Like I said, the measurements are on in my class. And I'm going to take some scrap paper because I am going to get a little bit of dirty on the background paper here. So I'm going to start with some Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to burnish. And with burnishing, I need to sponge. So I'm just going to take one of my sponges and ink it up here with the Pear Pizzazz, and I just burnish. Now the difference between burnishing and sponging is just dabbing, and when you dab like that, you get all kinds of little marks. But we want it to be nice and smooth. So I am going to burnish with all of the colors today. And my green I'd like to be really dark because I'm going to stamp over the top of it. So just burnish as hard as you can. You're just kind of going in circles and just smoothing everything out. That is burnishing. Okay, the next color I'm going to use is going to be my Daffodil Delight, and that's going to be my center focal point. And that's where the spotlight comes in. So I'm going to do the same thing. I just inked up with my Daffodil Delight, and I'm just going to burnish this color in. If you wanted the center to be a little bit lighter, all you'd have to do is use Saffron. The next color is going to be Blushing Bride. And we're just going to do a little bit of Blushing Bride and then come in with, there we go, just a little bit of Blushing Bride, and then we're going to come in with our Soft Sky. Can you see the card here? Let's see, there we go. I like to keep that card in sight. And like I said, the next one is going to be our Soft Sky. Just ink that up. And we're going to come right over on the edge. And every card will look different because, you know, you can't duplicate it exactly, and that's what makes it so nice when you're doing handmade cards. Every one of them is very unique. Every one of them is done and stamped with love, and people really appreciate that. Now those are our colors. I'm going to bring in a little bit more Soft Sky over here. If I wanted to, I could just sponge a little bit. That's the difference between burnishing and sponging, just to give it a little bit more texture. Okay, now we're pretty much done. I'm going to take and do my stamping now, and you'll notice that I did the stamping where these bushes were right over here. I'm going to take this brand new stamp pad. This will be in our holiday catalog, and this is our new basic black stamp pad. It's archival, which means you do have to clean it with StazOn ink, or I'm sorry, StazOn ink remover, and it's just a cloth pad, so it really stamps up nicely. So let's just take from the stamp set called Artistically Awesome. We're going to take the flower part right here. Let's move that one out of the way. Ink this up, and now I'm going to stamp this right where the green is. Okay, re-ink it, and that's why I have a scrap piece of paper underneath it, because you stamp off onto your scrap paper here. Now isn't that gorgeous already? Now the next thing that I'm going to do is add my my dragonflies, and those are done with the same archival black ink, and I'm just going to stamp one, and let's go this way. Okay, so there's my two dragonflies. Now what we need to do is to cut. So I'm going to grab my Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer, And we're going to just take and cut these. And they're going to be all even, so I need to cut 1, 2, and let's make sure this one is the same size. Here we are. There we go. Just had to trim off a little bit of that. Alrighty. Now I have my black pieces that are just a tad bit bigger. I'm going to take my fast fuse and let's put these in the order that they came. Alright, so that one goes there and this one goes here. So let's start with this and add our fast fuse. I'm going to grab my silicone mat. Okay, here we go. Oops. Here we go. This is our bottom piece, and I'm just going to center it onto the black piece right here. The next one is my middle piece. All the same sizes. Add that. And then my top piece. Okay. Alright, now we have our 3 pieces done. We're going to add those to our white background. And these you can pop if you'd like. I did not do that on here, but I think that that would lend itself to be really very pretty. I'm going to actually lay them out first just so that I can kind of eyeball where I want them. And that looks about good. That's a good saying? That's about good? No. Okay. Oops. Let's get this onto my silicone mat in case I go off the edge a little bit. Okay, here we go. This is my middle piece. Whoops. Here we are. Okay. And last but not least is my bottom piece. Here we go. I left a little bit of extra room on the bottom for our saying. So just see that? We have a saying there on the bottom. Now this piece gets layered onto my black piece right here. And as always, I cut out the middle so I can use this for scrap paper. So I'm going to take and just put some adhesive around the edges. And I'm using my silicone mat just in case my tape goes outside. I'm not going to get it all over my my background paper here. So I'm going to add that. And then this is going to go to my base card. And this is my base. We're almost done. You see how fast this card is? I just love doing these, but you guys know how much I love to burnish. So there's that part right there. And then to finish up, I have the word friend right here. And that's in the same stamp set called Artistically Awesome. And I'm going to take my new washi tape punch and the word friend from that same stamp set. How about some white scrap paper? And I'm going to bring back in my basic black pad. It's so nice to say we have another basic black pad because we didn't have one there for a while. All right, and now we do. So there's my friend, and I'm going to just punch this out. Now I wanted to back this with something, so I cut out. Now let's go back to our scrap paper right here. This was our scrap paper. That was our scrap paper from the middle. But you see these pieces right here? Before I punched that, or before I stamped that, I punched this little washi tape. And that's where this piece came from, you see? You can't even see it because this is over the top of it. So now I have this piece right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut it in half because, see, both of these are the same size. So I'm going to just take and cut it in half. And what's nice about this is it's got kind of like these grooves so that you can see where you're going to be cutting, and it goes in a nice straight line. All right, so I'm going to add some washi tape to the top and the bottom of this, and then I'm going to add these pieces just above, and I'm going to line them up with the ridges, you see? So now I have a little band on the top and a little band on the bottom. That is, here we go. See, just like that. And then we'll take, we'll take some pop dots or dimensionals and put one here and one here. Let's get some of this stuff out of the camera's view right here. And we're going to add this to the bottom of our little project right here. I'm going to put this one, I think, right there in the middle. And, oh, you know what I forgot to do, though? I forgot to add my little ferns. But I can do that. I can still do that. Alright, so we're going to add this right here. This is just scrap paper. I'm going to take some of my Pear Pizzazz. And this is also from that same stamp set. And I'm just going to add just a couple of little ferns on here to give it color. Okay, how is that? Now, let me just show you the stamp set that I used. It's called Awesomely Artistic, and it's just got some really fantastic pieces in there. And this is part of my August Stamp of the Month class. So if you're interested, hop on over to my blog and I'll show it to you. I hope you enjoyed my post. I hope you enjoyed these cards. They are just super simple and very striking. Take care and have a great day.